What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon Kindle and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is my Netflix Bright review. I've been doing reviews on She's Gotta Have It, which I will finish. But I watched Bright one day, and a couple of days ago, Sunday, whatever, I was working a lot, so excuse me. I actually just had to decompress. But anyways, it's a good movie to me. Plays on a lot of different things. They use the characters in the communities to play on race and class, in religion to a degree. You know, so everybody can fit a certain social stereotype depending on who you're looking at and how you're looking at it. Because you got the humans, you got the elves, you got the, what do you call that? The orcs. And fairies didn't last that long, but the fairies was in that too, right? But you have a bunch of people, you know, who are separated. So you got class would be elves on top, humans in the middle, orcs on the bottom, right? You got race, which would be elves on top, humans in the middle, orcs on the bottom, right? And the orcs are the low lives of society, right? So, or the most hated group in society for something that happened 2,000 years ago that society swears they still mad at them about. But to me, it's just a social construct to keep them oppressed. But it plays on the cop thing, you know, the are you a cop before you are whatever you are, right? And like, to me, it's a bunch of different movies and allegories put together. Like, I can see the training day in it. I can see the Christianity aspect in it. I can see God damn it! I just forgot the damn movie. I get to it. Counselor. The Counselor. You know, for some of y'all who didn't watch The Counselor, has the class thing, the people living in like completely different worlds, who have these certain things. But and actually the good and evil story pertaining to the magic and everything. And I like it. Like, I think entertainment is changing, but I like the aspect that you get to see. In one aspect, the police are looked at as a group who, they're a unit unless there's a police officer they don't like. You know, we follow the rules, we protect the law, but not necessarily, because, you know, if we don't like you and you're a police officer, yeah, we're gonna throw you under the bus, and we're gonna figure out a way to get rid of you. But also, on the flip side of that, if we're dealing with a different group of people, a high class of people as far as monetarily, we can't do nothing with them. We either law and order for the poor folk or the middle folk, but the rich folk, we're not the law and order for them. So, you know, I really like that part of it too, as far as playing on the class and race thing, because, you know, it was a certain amount of policing and patrolling and punking the poor, but punking out to the rich. So I liked it. I like seeing that. I also kind of like the aspect where everybody in the rat race is basically all trying to get it by any. I hate to say by any means because it's always a when people say it, it's like a Malcolm X reference, but it's used in the wrong context. So, but they just trying to get theirs. So, and you can't get you can fault them for doing things they have no business doing, but at the same time, you can how can I say this? You can see that they don't have many other options, right? Because it seemed like the city was cut up in two classes. Which brings me to another thing. It was real quick that I liked. The police officer is neighbors with a gang, like just gangbangers, and that shows you how crazy the society is. But when the cop comes home from work and his neighbors are gangbangers, right, or portrayed as gangbangers, so what to do? Another thing it played on because they used the magic reference in there, right? Well, you know, if you can control, quote unquote, the magic, it will grant you any kind of wish. And everybody look at that as power, but it came with a caveat. The test to be able to control it to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't meant to have it, it will kill you just immediately. So, but most people I don't think didn't know that. So it is what it is. Like, some fools grabbed it and just, you know, didn't make it. But along with that was the irony of it. Because you got to see all of these people want this magic because they wanted certain things that didn't necessarily have to do with ruling the world, but more so being whole, you know. And they were willing to die for the opportunity to be made whole. So, like I said, I like that part too. The characters, how they interacted, it was cool because, you know, the friendship and the trust had to be earned. But I like the way the character, whoever played the orc, just had to take a lot of stuff from everybody. He had to take a lot of stuff from his partner. He had to take a lot of stuff from the police. He had to take a lot of stuff from the city. He had to take a lot of stuff from his own community. So really, he was an outcast through and through, right? And everybody was taking shots at him, and he had to be the Jackie Robinson. He was the Jackie Robinson story. I knew it was a movie I forgot. He was the Jackie Robinson story, trying to be the model person in a situation where everybody basically hates you, right? So, played on that. And then there were these subtle, not digs, but references to how this plays out in real life. You know, a certain group is more athletic than others because of their situation. A certain group is looked at with more respect because of their ethnicity or whatever you want to call in that thing. You know, all these classes are this and that and this and that. And you saw how people in some ways made themselves subordinate and exalted themselves over in a subtle way. But even in the middle of that, there was the whole pervasive thing of you really couldn't. Where were the good people at? Like the movie was realistic in a way that people may have had good intentions, but they weren't really good people, right? And you were living in a world where people were just beasts of no nation, right? I think that's the name of the movie. But everybody was just savages, right? Everybody, police, feds, you know, criminals, not necessarily the people in the middle, but as far as all the characters concerned, you know. And then you had the whole trader type thing where people are like, look, I can't rock with this because somebody wanted to take over the world and have it ran down the tubes again. Which I gotta get into that. That's why I liked it. Is because the people that are blamed and hated on in the movie the most for what they did 2,000 years ago, they weren't the people trying to bring back all of the drama at all. It was other people, right? But they weren't looked at as people who were trying to destroy the world because they were in a different echelon of class. So it brought on the hypocrisy of society where, see, this person can never do this because this is who they are. But this person did exactly that, but people are going to act like, it's not that bad. You know, so I liked it. I enjoyed the movie. You know, it warmed up. There's a lot in it. A lot in it. And a lot of times, as I get older, I watch more in the details of things, storyline, all that. But I look at the details and the nuances and stuff. So I can't just say all of that stuff in this video. So, but overall, I like the video, and I didn't try to put any spoilers in it. So you see, tried to keep it in the pocket. But check it out. That's my opinion. We out.